Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and I got another new one for you today. Similar to r/choosing beggars, we're going to be having a look at r/dontfundme, where people try and raise money for campaigns that they really shouldn't be trying to raise money for. When you realise you need 25k to get your life back on track and no one will help. Middle finger to the person who promised to loan me the money I need to get my life sorted and then fricks me around and disappoints me. Karma's a B. Oh no, that's not how that works. Serious in wondering this, who the hell needs 25k to get their life back on track? I mean, that's an obscene amount of money. I mean, I could understand if it was like somebody needed to put down a deposit on a house because, you know, the housing market is absolutely terrible right now. But it looks like they just need 25k for like a little bit of financial comfort. You know, I'm not really seeing why. I mean, normally if somebody would need that bunch of money, they would say it's for this, it's for that, but not just like, oh, I need it in general. And then to just attack the person that was like gonna loan you the money. Oh yeah, I'm glad that whoever did like didn't actually go through with it, because it wouldn't be a loan. There is absolutely no way that if this person got 25k that they would be giving it back, especially when they're so aggressive just because you can't, you know, loan money to them. My god. Someone please help you go out. My Venmo is blank. I just really want a car. I'll love you forever and ever. Don't be greedy, help the needy. You're not freaking needy. You're a shameless, rich so-and-so that's grown up, been given everything by her parents, and now you don't know how to handle the real world, so you think that you can just make that trout pout and get stuff. That's basically what this is. It's completely shameless. I have absolutely no respect for it. And that, I'll love you forever and ever. That's like an adult version of, I'll be your best friend. You piss off a freaking car, my god. Check it out. Help me get back on top. I love all of my fans. Hashtag Aaron Carter on top. So, for those of you who aren't degenerate millennials such as myself, let me explain who Aaron Carter is. Aaron Carter was like a pretty boy pop star back in the 1990s and early 2000s. The first I ever heard of him, and in fact the only memory I actually have of him, which is really weird that this is actually a memory that stuck out from my childhood for some reason, was being invited around somebody's, I think, 9th birthday party and then bringing out an Aaron Carter CD and talking about how cute he was. And me just being like 9 years old, so I don't really get any of that, you know. Yeah, he was one of those generic kind of pretty boy singers back in the day. Now he is trying to get a GoFundMe to basically to make a load of money back and just saying to his fans, if you like my stuff, please give me money. And I did actually have a little look into this. I had a look at the GoFundMe page. It has now been taken down, which, you know, I guess is a good thing. But, you know, there were a few people in the comments that were like, oh, I donated whatever I could. I can't wait. I'm trying to save up for one of your shows. So it does seem like he does have a loyal fan base still. Which, you know, took me by surprise because I thought he lost his boyish charms. But, you know, I guess people do listen to him for the music. There were also a lot of people pointing out where he was lying about certain donations, saying that he needed stuff for other stuff, and then it was proved to not be true, and saying, please don't give this guy money. Even his fans were saying that, so yeah, this one's pretty bad. Getting a BBL and screwing my ex's dad, 4,000 goal. My name is Black and I'm a 26-year-old woman. I was previously in a relationship with a man who I thought was the man of my dreams. After almost 2 years, he broke up with me, stating I was not his type. He told me I wasn't shaped how he wanted, that I had too much fat in the stomach and a flat butt. It ruined me, but I have a plan. Do you think I'm doing this for him? Nope, I'm doing it so I can frick his dad on camera and send it to him. Where the frick do you begin with this one? There's so much wrong. I mean, again, like I said in the previous video, if this wasn't Am I the Butthole, then it would be determined that everybody sucks here. So, clearly, the guy was completely in the wrong by saying all of that stuff to her. I mean, if he wasn't physically attracted to her, he could very easily have broken up with her without going into such specifics about her body and trying to ruin her self-image. He could have very easily just come up with a line like, I'm sorry, but this relationship isn't working out as I thought it would, or this didn't go the way that I thought it would in my head. You know, there were loads of ways that he could have gone about this without saying, there's something wrong with your body, which was, you know, very wrong of him. Even so, the revenge shagging his dad. I mean, I may be looking a little too into this, but I mean, if this is a 26-year-old woman, I mean, surely it wouldn't be too hard to sleep with the dad without getting a Brazilian butt lift. I mean, not that I'm condoning it, but you know, I don't think it would be something that would take 4 grand to get. And also, that's just freaking mental. Like, just the idea of, you know, shagging someone on camera just to, you know, get revenge. That's terrible, my god. Like, that would be targeting the dad as well as the ex-boyfriend. You know, I feel bad for the dad as well. I mean, I don't know how he would feel about it. Just everyone seems terrible. I want to see BTS, but I'm poor. £5,000 target. Well, I mean, see you and a lot of other K-pop fans, my friend. Person 1 and Person 2 really miss Disneyland Resort. Venmo us? No. No, absolutely not. If you want to go to Disneyland, pay for it yourself. Frickin' pay for it yourself. If you miss it that much, for God's sake. Raising a big family is expensive. You can help. Please consider helping an endangered species, the rare and very expensive large family. Everyone knows raising kids is an expensive proposition. You might have seen the GoFundMe campaign that successfully raised almost 10k for an injured piglet. I thought we should give people an opportunity to donate what we think is a much more worthy cause. We are working hard to try and raise 7 healthy, happy, caring, conservative kids in our home. You might ask, why 70k? Good question. We chose 70k for a few reasons. 1. 70k is very close to the same amount that our family saves taxpayers, i.e. the provincial government, each and every year by homeschooling our own kids. And 2. 70k is exactly 7 times more than what was raised for a single piglet in distress. We choose to homeschool our kids at great personal expense to avoid the many and well-known pitfalls of our public education system. This takes a huge investment of both time and money. Your donation of $50 could help buy a pair of shoes, boots, or supplies for a hunting trip. $25 raised out a $70,000 goal. Where do I begin with how much I hate this? Oh my god. So, first of all, the biggest red flag is conservative, as you wouldn't be surprised to hear from me. I'm very against conservatism and against right-wing politics in general. I consider myself a socialist, as you wouldn't be surprised if you have heard my other channels. So the idea that a load of children are going to be taken and taught right-wing value, you know, I'm very concerned about the kind of education that these kids will be getting. The idea that they're describing themselves as like an endangered species, like we're special, you should help us, that's pretty freaking insulting. And also that whole, we're saving the taxpayer $70,000 by homeschooling? No, you're absolutely not. The whole point of the education system is that it is supposed to provide children with the skills in order to get by in society. So yeah, while there's maths, English, science, all of that, there's also socialization, there's also care and compassion for your peers, how to navigate conflict. You know, there's lots of things that people learn in school other than just education. There are so many aspects of the education system that this person is not going to be taking into consideration. And I'm really sorry if I'm now just crapping on people who have been homeschooled, but when you look at homeschooled kids, they generally leave school with little to no qualifications that will enable them to get a good job. Now, for a lot of people, homeschooling is the best option, but with this, they're just saying, oh, we don't like the public education system, so therefore we are going to homeschool our kids. Which, as they've said, we're a large conservative family. I think that basically translates to the whole, oh, this is too liberal. Like all of the college students you get that say that they hate university because all the colleges are too liberal, when it's like, no, actually, these are people that have learned critical thinking and compassion, and you're having trouble to get across that. Like, she said she's going to teach them to be caring, but only caring to the right people. Like, that's what it's all about. Also, 7 kids. If you cannot afford to have 7 kids, don't have 7 kids. I mean, I do like to try and be a little bit understanding. I know some people get into situations that they, can't afford to get into. Unwanted pregnancies happen and people will go through with it because of how they feel, and that's totally fine, and they may need a little help. That's understandable. However, if this is somebody that is homeschooling their kids, and clearly, I mean, from the picture you can tell that they're going to be pretty wealthy. Like, they just thought, hey, that piglet got 10k, my kids should at least get 10k each. That's absolutely terrible. Like, the way that she's so bitter about this freaking injured pig getting money as well. For a hunting trip. For God's sake, yep, they're going on a hunting trip as well. So yeah, you're teaching the kids to kill. Teaching them to get a gun and kill. Well done, that's absolutely fantastic. That's definitely worth how much you're trying to ask people for. I feel really sorry for these kids. They're not going to grow up to be well-adjusted people with this kind of education. GoFundMe, essential oils in the classroom. 225 out of 525 goal. Classroom essentials. Every classroom needs an essential oil diffuser. In the morning, diffuse citrus fresh to stimulate the brain. After recess, diffuse purification to eliminate odours. And then after lunch, diffuse NRG to avoid napping. Oh, it's Young Living. I hate Young Living. If you watch this channel regularly, then you may have seen my r/anti-MLM series, which is, more episodes are going to be coming out sooner than that. There is so much to get through when it comes to MLMs. They come out with some gold material. This is one of them. Who the hell is going to pay 500 quid just so that your kids can sniff something while in, class? Something, by the way, that has been, linked to all this, really dangerous sales tactics, not just because, it's an MLM, which is, really exploitative as it is, but the guy that, founded it pretended to be a doctor when he wasn't and killed his kid. That, I cover it a bit in my r/anti-MLM series, so be sure to check that out. But oh my goodness, the worst thing is that, $225 has been raised already. Who the hell is paying money for this? Probably other Huns, I guess, but oh. Okay, so here's the deal. My husband has seen every inch of my body. I've spat out a child in his face, but I've never seen his butthole. I feel like it has created an imbalance of power over the years, and I really want to see it. Upon further investigation, it turns out he hasn't even seen his own butthole. Like, the man who's never explored his body with a mirror. So he offers me a deal. If he gets a Nintendo Switch, he will show the goods. Now, I've done the maths, and there's 1.8k queens in here. That's 16 cents per queen to help me call his bluff and afford a Switch. What do you say? Will you help me see my man's butthole, please? I'm a stay-at-home mum, so I can't cheat and buy it from our joint account. Help me, I'm poor. I gotta just step back for a second and think about how to freaking address this one. I'll start off with a positive. The husband is very smart to say, hey, I'll show you my butthole if you get me a Nintendo Switch. I definitely would do that. I'd be more than willing to goatsy online for, a plethora of Nintendo Switches. I don't care. I'm a shameless man. But also, I find it kind of weird that she hasn't seen his butthole. Just because. I mean, my partner's seen mine. I have had that, hey babe, would you mind having a look and seeing if there's anything untoward going on down there? So, maybe this guy's just got a really healthy butthole that he hasn't need to get her to check for hemorrhoids or something, but I don't know. But also, why is she so desperate to see his butthole if it's an imbalance of power or what? I mean, just because he's seen every inch of your body doesn't automatically give you the right to see every inch of his. I find that really weird. Why are you, resorting to crowdfunding just to see a freaking butthole? This is just so weird. This person needs to sort out her priorities. Why would you be willing to crowdfund for a Switch just to see a butthole? It's probably hairy as hell. It probably got a little werewolf tail going on. I would like $3 for some green beans. Oh, and one person already gave them $5, so they've got enough for the green beans. I find this sweet. I genuinely find this sweet. You can have green beans, go on. Femboy Hooters. €687 raised out a €55,000 goal. So I looked into this, and at first I thought it was just somebody trying to promote their art and, gain a little bit extra money for doing maybe a comic series, but no, it turns out they genuinely want to open this. They want to open Hooters for feminine men, which, cool. I'm down for that. I'm down for femboy Hooters. The only issue I have with it is, why is it called Hooters if they've not got Hooters? Maybe it should be called, I don't know, butt Hooters. Just big old butts. Hey, I could join. I've got a big butt. Hey, and €687 raised already. Damn, that's a lot of money. Miss Blank created a fundraiser. Hi, I am an aspiring filmmaker who just wants to take aspiring off my title. This camera, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, is 100% the perfect fit for me, and I would really love to buy it. Unfortunately, I am a college student, film major, paying my own tuition. Suspending $2,000 on the camera is very impractical at the moment. As much as it frustrates me that college tuition is the one thing blocking me from pursuing what I am in college for, there isn't much that I can do about it. I am an extremely creative person with hundreds of ideas running through my brain, and I would really like the chance to manifest them. I know that when it comes to filmmaking, anyone could do it and any device, like the one I am typing on right now, but I am a bit of a perfectionist, and I believe that the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera can help me reach my full potential. I promise if you help me reach my goal, you will absolutely not regret it. Please invest in the future that I am meant to have, and when I become a renowned director, I will try my hardest to invest in yours. And then after she did reach $2,000 in a week, I just want to say something, and before everyone comes to me saying, oh, family is everything, family comes first, blah blah, I just want to say that I don't care. I am a college student, I am a film major, and I am broke. There are many of you who would have said time and time again that you would be willing to send me money or care packages or whatever, and you haven't done that. Honestly, I'm not even upset over that. Like, I get it, you guys have families too, and I can't be added to the bills every month. I'm 100% fine with that and didn't expect consistent help anyway, so no bad blood there. But what I do have an issue with is when I post a new profile picture, it gets all these likes, but when I turn around and post a link to a GoFundMe that I've started so I can be able to buy a camera that I really want, without jeopardizing my tuition payments, and all of a sudden there's no one on Facebook. I'm not asking everyone to donate $100 or $500 or even $20. Honestly, I've had friends who donated $5, $10, and everything helps. I say any little thing helps, and I mean it. I'm not expecting people to just drop $500 on me because I know that's not how the world works, but I do expect people, especially my family, to help me out with this. Maybe $10 here, $5 there, that's all. And if you don't have it, if you just don't have it, that's okay. But the least you can do is share my posts with other people who might be able to give, and y'all can't even do that. Now, I know that I'm not being disrespectful, so if you think I am, I don't care. All I'm saying is, when I make it, and when I'm one of the most renowned directors of this lifetime, which will happen, don't come to me with all the fake niceness or anything like that if you couldn't help me in my time of need. No. Blank, can I have? Blank, can you? No. If I want to give because that's just the kind of person I am, I will, but don't ask me to because it's not going to happen. If you can't help invest in me, then you don't get to reap the benefits of a seed you didn't help sow. Don't give me no family quotes or no Bible scriptures about family or none of that. I don't want to hear it. Read the ones about giving. Anyway, that's my spiel. I'll remember y'all when I'm successful, but you will all get none of the credit. And if you donate and share or whatever after reading this, be my guest, but I know that that's just you trying to save your butt, lol. Love you all, bye. You know, I think Orson Welles used the same tactics when he crowdfunded for Citizen Kane. Oh my god. This is the worst attitude I have ever seen, ever. I mean, you don't have to, attach yourself to family if they're bad for you. Family is never always about blood, and even if you are blood related to someone, if there's someone toxic, if there's someone bad, then you can cut them out, that's no problem. But just not being willing to give you money for a freaking camera that you don't necessarily need is ridiculous. You can tell that this is somebody who has never struggled. Like the fact that she goes, oh, I want to have this camera without jeopardizing my tuition, gives me the impression that she can afford it, but she just doesn't want to have to pay for it. I mean, I might be wrong because, you know, this is somebody who's American and I'm British, but my tuition fees are currently being paid for, like, out of my salary. You know, there's a certain amount being taken out of that. So it's not like you're directly paying. I mean, I don't know. I could be talking a load of crap here. You might have to pay up front in America. I don't know. But even so, the fact that you're saying, I want to have this $2,000 camera, it's perfect for me, I will be the next greatest filmmaker. Like, no. Anyone that arrogant about their filmmaking is going to be pretty crappy at it, I'm sure. Like, I've never seen anybody with that much of an ego who was genuinely good. She's out here thinking she's the next freaking Martin Scorsese, and I bet she's Neil Breen. But, oh, the real nastiness about how dare you not give me £5 towards this $2,000 camera when I'm sure that she's rich enough that she can afford it. And saying, oh, you're just trying to save yourself because you know that I'm going to be famous and you're not going to... Oh, what an arrogant loser. Well, that's it for this episode of r/dontfundme. I will definitely be visiting this subreddit again as there is so much for me to sink my teeth into. As always, if you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I'll see you all next time.